Hey guys, so I've got another opinion video today. This one's called Kyo Kara Maoh and it's 125 episodes long. Approximately. I don't have the exact number. Now, I apologize. I am a little bit sick, so my voice might not sound proper. Might not be normal. A little bit scratchy. And this is kind of a longer one with like 3 pages worth of notes. So, unfortunately, it comes to me when I am sick. So originally I wasn't going to do an opinion video on this one because sometimes I like to not have to really pay attention to the show. I like to just watch it. But that's not what ended up happening because I liked it so much. So this is by Studio Dean, and it is a bit of an older anime, but that didn't stop me. It's an action, it's a comedy, it's medieval, there's fantasy, there's magic, and it was basically just everything I love because there was also a lot of hot guys. And there's almost no females in this show, it's almost all guys, which makes a lot of like bromance kind of things. There's no actual like romance between guys, but it was pretty good. So I'm a shipper a lot. I shipped Yuri and Wolfram, or Yuri and Conrad. For the most part it was Yuri and Wolfram just because Conrad was so much more like a father figure. So basically, Yuri is our main character. He is from the human world, he lives in Japan, and he sticks up for his friend Murata, and the police shove his head down a toilet to give him like a swirly, and he ends up in this other world, the demon world, where he is apparently their new king. And a lot of stuff happens where he doesn't clue into what being king means, and he doesn't know what he's gonna do, and it was a lot of worrying at the beginning and not really knowing what's going on. I mean, there are fillers. I mean, with a show that's 125 episodes, there's gonna be fillers, but at least they were interesting fillers, for me at least. I was never really bored when watching them. It was always, ooh, what's this next new adventure kind of thing. So, I mean, the amount of betrayal in this show. That was only the first season. I mean, out of the 3 seasons, the amount of betrayal in this show is ridiculous. It's still good, but a lot of betrayal. A lot of betrayal. So some of my favorite characters are Conrad, Ginter, Gwendol, and Wolfram, and then Yozak. They're all main characters or secondary main character kind of things. They're all right there all the time, which is awesome because they're funny. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ginter is just there to be comic relief, but he's also kind of tactical at times, so they were really interesting characters, and because of that I did want to keep watching it. And as I said before, there's a lot of boy love bait for all the people who like shounen-ais, who like yaois. This is definitely one to watch just for the bait that's in it for you. There's a lot of kind of questionable scenes that are pretty good that I liked a lot. A lot of stuff happened. They worship the Great One all the way through, the one who originally made their kingdom, and it turns out he gets turned evil, and it turns into this battle of the wills, battle of the powers between the current king and the Great One from 4,000 years ago, and because of that, it turns into this huge thing at the end of the first season. And I mean, Yuri has been transporting back and forth through time, through his world and the world that he's the Demon King in. And then it's his last chance to return, where he can choose to go back, or he chooses to stay in the Demon Kingdom forever. And he chooses to go back to our world, which, I mean, made me really upset because my favorite characters are in the demon world, so I wasn't gonna get to see them again. And that was at the end of the first season, so I really kind of should have clued in. But that was 78 episodes in, and I was kind of like, no, what's gonna happen now? So he's back to his normal human life. We see him go in his normal human life. I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes of him being in his normal human life, and I'm like, go back. Go back to the other world. Like, I don't want to see his normal human life. I want to see him as a demon king, which I kind of knew at that point wasn't going to happen because of the fact that, well, he was back in his world and there was no way he could get back to the other world. So, because of that, I mean, it was what it was. And then he brought baseball back to the Demon Kingdom. I mean, when he's a baseball fan, which was shown a lot in the first season, and they started building him like he brought his baseball gloves, mitts, that's what they're called, and his ball, and he was throwing it back and forth with Conrad like he would with your father, which was cute. He was teaching his daughter how to do it as well, the adopted daughter from the Demon Kingdom. Her name's Greta, and she is adorable. She's the sweetest little girl ever, but she can also stand up for herself. I mean, when we first meet her, she tries to kill him, so that's something, at least. She's got some gall in her, at least. So basically, Murata and him are friends. They're going through things, and apparently Murata is some kind of magic bastard, because what happens is he walks up to Yuri when Yuri's pouting, basically that he can't go back, that he misses everybody. He walks up, he pushes him into the pond, jumps in beside him, and they end up back in the Demon Kingdom, even though that's not supposed to happen. But I mean, because Yuri defeated the Great One, he has the power to jump back and forth between the two worlds, what the Great One was doing before. So he can now go as he pleases, and that made me so happy, and I was... it was amazing. I mean, he goes back to his fiancée, and I mean, Wolfram ends up being his fiancée from like the first or second episode because of a social faux pas. But anyway, because of that, Wolfram is so in love with him. I mean, at the end, nothing really happens. It kind of leaves it up to your imagination. But him and Wolfram should totally be together. Wolfram is so in love with him. And I know I gotta go read the manga to find out what happens, and I probably will, because I love these characters. I mean, I only finished the show like 2 days ago, and I'm already right on this, already recording, already doing everything else. I mean, at this point, you're not gonna see this one for another 2 weeks. You're not gonna see it till 2 weeks after I videotape this one. But I mean, at this point, I have so many assignments due, because I'm right at the end of school, but I still had to edit this. I had to do it. I had to video it, edit it, upload it as soon as I can. Excuse me. And I really do enjoy watching this show to the point where it made me stop wanting to do my assignments for a while. So basically, the second season is Kyo Kara Maoh R, which is kind of a side story OVA kind of thing of like 5 episodes. And then all of a sudden the Great One is back without really explaining how he's back, and he plays pranks on everybody. And you meet this guy Sarah Leggy, which you do meet again in the third series, but he doesn't really make sense about everything. So that was kind of a weird section. I wouldn't watch that until the end of the second one, like the end of the third season if possible, because it kind of gets confusing. But so the third series I have a lot to say about, because it was only 39 episodes, but it made my heart tug. It made me happy and sad. So first, Wolfram breaks off their engagement and basically runs away because Yuri was gone for so long that the 10 high families are trying to replace him as the Demon King with Wolfram. And because of that, he doesn't want that to happen. He trusts that Yuri's gonna come back. He trusts that Yuri is the Demon King and he should be the Demon King and that no one is better than him. So he breaks the engagement, runs away, and basically becomes a prisoner in his uncle's house so that he would leave leave Yuri alone. Yuri doesn't like that. Yuri comes and basically beats the shit out of them to get Wolfram back, and then they end up engaged again, and well, that's all that happens there, unfortunately. We would really like them to get together. But I mean, Yuri has to go through an actual ceremony because he's reached his 16th birthday. He's now considered an adult. And he gets his seal, his official seal as the Demon King, and he gets to basically take over all the duties that he needs to. And so he has to go through this official ceremony, and he's freaking out. He doesn't know if he should actually be the Demon King, if he is actually worthy of being the Demon King. So then the Great One pops up all of a sudden and talks him into it, saying, oh, I chose you, and you're the only guy for the job, and like, this 16-year-old kid is in charge of running a whole fucking kingdom now, man. Like, he thinks he can do it, and he's gonna try to do it because he loves the people, And because of that, he actually goes and becomes a really good Demon King. And then, further in the series, you meet the one guy, Sarah Leggy. Now I'm gonna call him Sarah because that's what Yuri calls him, and it's easier to say Sarah more than once than Sarah Leggy. So it's Sarah. Anyway, so Sarah uses him. There's a whole arc about how Sarah is ditched by his mother at birth, and his father never is nice to him, and then his father dies and he takes over the kingdom at like 15. So this is 2 years after his father dies. He's now been king of Little Shimaron for 2 years, and him and Yuri are about the same age, which makes it so Sarah is very easily accepted into Yuri's life, and Yuri basically treats him as a friend. And then Sarah betrays him, tries to use him to destroy the world, among other things because Sarah has these weird ass powers from being a half-breed. And so Sarah's mother comes in, Azalon, and tries to kidnap Yuri, kill Sarah even. I'm not even gonna get into the whole thing, her with Genesis and the White Ravens, that I'm not even gonna try and get into. So basically, he ends up giving Genesis a lot of power by accident, almost gets his mother killed. Yuri saves Genesis and the mother, loses his powers, gets his powers back, pisses off his brother, jumps back into our world, and then it ends. And I mean, it was a happy ending, but did I want it to end like that? No. I wanted it basically not to end. I wanted more from the Demon Kingdom. I wanted to see how his reign went. I wanted to see how Conrad and them felt about what was going on. I wanted to see the whole point of him being the king was to see if he could get humans and demons to get along again, like they did 4,000 years ago. And we never got to see that. We got to see him and Sarah getting along, and him and Sarah's country starting to get along, but we never actually saw all the kingdoms working together. We saw alliances starting to pop up. We saw spies starting to pop up in the different alliances helping each other out, but we never really saw it play out the way I would have liked. Anyway, it was a happy ending. I really liked it. You guys should watch it. It's about 125 episodes, so yes, it's long. Yes, it's a commitment. The first 2 episodes, you're gonna not want to watch it. It seems stupid. Been there, done that. It's cliche, but it was good. So I'll talk to you guys again later.